host, Mary Brotherton. We are here at All Things Books and Publishing for another episode of so many things.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Last year when I started this, I did not expect things that are happening to happen. It was a God moment for two friends who were not going to be published anymore because our publisher had died. God said, why not you? And I went, okay. So a year later, we're here and we have grown to almost 20 authors. There are still coming aboard. We are seeing things happen on the YouTube page. I was just telling Mary before the show started, I put up holiday graphics, 7-second short promos, ads, call them what you will. And as of this morning, there were 1,142 views on 14 graphics. That's only one of my books that I didn't even put up all of my books. I didn't put up all of Andrea's books. So, and those are coming. It takes me a hot minute. So what I'm saying is, this is a God-driven endeavor. And before I go any further into this podcast, I have to say publicly that God not only drives this endeavor, but yesterday his answer to many, many prayers that were put out for my son-in-law in his surgery, his answer yesterday was a yes. So my son-in-law is home. He is still in pain. However, he is healing. Yes, he still has the blocked aorta. That is not going to ever be fixed, but the 3 hernias have been. And yesterday the answer was yes. People say, well, God didn't answer my prayer. Well, God did. God answers every prayer, and sometimes it's a no. And we want the answer immediately. Sometimes it's a yes, and sometimes it's further down the road. So we have to let God do what God does when God does it. God does not have our timeline. It is his timeline. But yesterday, God's answer was a yes, and I'm very grateful for that because he is going to allow my little great-granddaughter, who we call Princess T, to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with her pop-pop because she told him yesterday at the hospital to hurry up and come home because she was hungry.
Oh!
Out of the mouth of babes. So with that, I want to give some updates on some books, and then we'll get started on today's show. Delilah, the Curious Flamingo, goes to a craft store. She will be released on November the 30th. Gwendolyn Law, I don't know, this girl, she's just been unleashed. Last year we released her book, Gwendolyn's Law's book, September Chill, which we talked about last week, about her survival and thrival through domestic violence relationships. And it was this year, about this time, that she came on board and we released her book. She has also released a coloring book for domestic violence survivors called Gwendolyn's Coloring Therapy Affirmations. That is going live in 2 days. Fractured Soul by her is a book of poetry that talks about her life through loss, pain, suffering, survival, grief, you name it. And then she's got a Christmas coloring book that's perfect for all ages that is coming out on the 21st. Mary's book, The World's Best Grandfather, is coming out in 2 days, I believe. I don't know if all your books are out yet or not, but if they're not out, that one's coming out in 2 days.
I have copies of Grandfather.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's released yet. I think it's coming out in 2 days. Anyway, all of Mary's children. all of Mary's children's books are going, if they're not out, they will be out in a couple of days. And I know she's excited. Tell people about your journey with these books.
Holy moly!
You know, 6 weeks ago, you and I went to lunch.
Yep.
And we were sitting there just talking, and I think you said, so what have you got next for me? And I said, well, I could do... Because I have like 4 dozen books that are works in progress. Now my children's books, like if I could be a mermaid, I wrote that 35 years ago. I wrote Girl's Best Grandfather 15 years ago. And everything else came in between those. Finding an illustrator or taking the time to do my own illustrations was bogging me. At that current moment, I was working on Shark Bite by Red. And trying to get all the images ready to send to Yvonne. And she said, stop. Stop. You're making me crazy. Send me your manuscript. I'll take care of everything else. I still wasn't ready to let go of the control. Still had to learn to trust the process. And midnight publishing, trusting the process means trusting God to give Yvonne everything she needs to help me and all the other authors. So within a month from that lunch we had, Yvonne had put out 6 children's books, with the other 2 coming out tomorrow or the next. I don't know how to explain it, but I will tell you this. Saturday, I went to an event in Cocoa Village. It was sponsored by the Bard Authors Society. Yvonne said, oh, I'll go. I'll represent the publishing, and I'll let everybody know that I'm a publisher. Who does that? I mean, I wouldn't expect a publisher from New York City to come down here to my events. But if I was in New York City, would they come anyway? No, they would not. But Yvonne not only came and sat there and kept me company and supported me. She was my biggest salesperson. It's humbling because it's hard for anybody who creates something, whether it's a painting or a book, a song, whatever, to get out there and hey, this is what I find it. Of course, that's not the way to sell things. And Yvonne gave me some really great ideas of what to do forward because we would see people by the table and they'd pick up one of the books. I think we sold 2 of the mermaid books and one of everything else. But the women they stopped by. We had families stop by too, but mostly the women were the ones that made the decisions. They pick up a book and call you, and Yvonne would say, open it! You gotta see what's inside. And the one that really got me was 2 weeks, I think. They opened the book and this looks like my great nephew. And Yvonne said, keep turning. And she goes, oh, wait a minute, this looks just like your stepbrother. How
How
did
did
you
you
do
do
that?
that?
So of
So of
course she had to buy a copy. And then
And then
her
her
friend or sister, I guess they were sisters because they both shared the same family. She picked up
Shark's Bite.
Shark's Bite, yeah, because the children,
they
they're
they're
precocious.
precocious.
I think they say
They
they
speak
speak
three
three
languages.
They're
They're
under
under
the
the
age
age
of
of
7.
7.
They
They
speak
speak
three
three
languages.
languages.
They
They
are
are
prolific
prolific
readers
readers
and they
and
love to write.
write.
So
So
she
she
said,
said,
well,
well,
if
you
you buy
buy
that
that
one
one
for
for
the
the
boys,
boys,
I'll
I'll
buy
buy
this
this
one.
one.
And then
And
when
then when
she
she
started
started
flipping
flipping
through
through
it,
it,
she
she
recognized her
recognized her
family
family
in the
in the
pictures.
pictures.
Y'all,
Y'all,
I
I
get
get
so
so
excited
excited
to
to
realize
realize
that
that
I
I
created
created
something with
something with
Yvonne's
Yvonne's
help
help
that
that
is
is
touching
touching
people
people
on
on
a
a
more than a, oh, what
oh,
a
what a
cute
cute
little
little
book
book
this
this
is.
is.
It's a
It's a
God
God
thing.
thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And we also have to let folks know, Mary, that we took a different direction with your books, and that is we used realistic AI graphics. Now, we and the reason we did that is because number one, if we don't embrace AI, we're going to get left behind. It's like cell phones. It's like cars that you push a button. I've had people on another group that I refuse to join because they're idiots. But one of the illustrators said, well, that's just going to push us out of business. No, honey, it won't. Because
It enhances your business.
thank you. So when these women were looking at the graphics in this book, they were not seeing the same old tired drawn illustrations. They were seeing basically photographs that they could personally relate to with the children and their family. When we were at this event, I was watching other people with their children's books, and I was looking at I look at covers all the time because that's what I do. And I was mentally not comparing, but looking at theirs versus what we had to offer. Ours jumped out at people as you came across the gazebo. It drew people in. This is why I do the covers that I do. This is why I do the children's books the way that I do.
Keep talking.
Right back.
Okay, those same people could have said, oh, this is a nice little children's book. Yeah, no, and put it down because to them it would not have been worth the money. As it was, because of the graphics that I used and because of the powerful impact it made when they opened that book up, they bought not one but two. There was a gentleman and his wife that came through and they looked at the world's best grandfather. She wanted to buy it. I don't know what his problem was, but he really was impressed with the graphics that we put in there. So if you're hesitant or you don't understand the why, this is why. I am a firm believer in embracing new technology. If it hadn't have been for technology when I started this 20-something years ago, I would not be where I am today. So when I say to somebody, let me do your graphics and keep an open mind, there's a reason for it. When I say the front cover of the book starts the story and the back cover of the book makes you want, see, there's the world's best grandfather, makes you want to open up the book, trust that process. Those covers had people coming and they'd never seen covers like this before.
This is the back of grandfather.
It makes you want to open the book.
The little description says everything, and that's what draws people in to buy a book. Whether you're shopping on Amazon or in a bookstore. And this just says all children believe they have the world's best grandfather. And that couple that we were talking about, when the woman flipped to the back, she goes, "Oh, your dad would love this." And the husband was, eh. He wasn't in the buying mood, but that's on him.
Exactly. So
And I want to show these other books, but bear in mind these are all galley copies, so don't worry about this for sale thing. But look at those eyes. Those drew people in. There was an adult. Here's the same image in the back of the book. There was an adult. She's coming on board as one of our writers, Georgia. She bought this book for herself. She said she just needed to put the book where she could see it in her office to encourage her to write.
So when I keep posting and posting and posting and trust the process. You have, and if you're going to trust us to bring your book to life, then you have to trust what we do. Yes, I know. Trust me. I have been burnt by a crook publisher many years ago. I have been, oh, we can make you famous, but you got to buy X amount of books. I have been, oh, we're not interested in you because you're not up there enough in the world. I have been told way back when I first started, oh, you're self-published, you're not good enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been this gamut. I am not going to put anything out there that I would not put my name on or that I would not publish for myself. And when I say I am very picky about what I put on a cover, what I put inside, I spend hours. Mira will tell you she's got graphics I didn't use in her books. I spend hours looking for the right graphic, and when that graphic speaks to me, it speaks to me. And Andrea Dean Van Scoik will tell you the same thing. She completely trusts what I use for covers for her books.
Absolutely, and it's hard if you've put your trust in someone who betrayed you, whether it's a family member or a business. It's really hard to learn to trust other people. If you were like me and you grew up not able to control your surroundings, so you become an adult and you control everything. You become a control freak. It is really difficult to step back and say, here, this is my baby. Please take care of it. But just like with a human baby, we do this. And the first time we do it, it's really hard. How many new mothers go out for the first time, even if it's with grandma? They're on the phone every 20 minutes. Call. Is she okay? Has he gone to sleep? Did the twins eat their supper? Whatever. So when we create something, whether it's a human life or a piece of art, which I consider books definitely art, especially now that Yvonne's in charge. It's difficult to say, I made this and I'm putting it in your hands. And I'm trusting you. But folks, if I can do it, you can do it. I know. We've had two or three other writers. I'm not going to put them under the bus and name them. But they did the same thing. One of them even had books up on Facebook, Amazon, and she started getting feedback from they're well-meaning family and friends who didn't like some aspect of it. So she told me, "Don't take it down. I don't want my name on that. I'll take care of it myself." Was it 3 weeks or 2 weeks she came back?
Wasn't even that long.
She said, this is hard work. Go ahead and put my stuff back up. I can't do it anymore. I can't fight this. So, and I will tell you folks, Yvonne freed me up to do so much more. I got these six children's books out of the way, or eight, I don't know how many I've written. 12 books altogether, I know that much. She freed me up by saying, trust me, trust the process. And I had told her, I think it was last week, I'm going to have my book, 1,000 words for you within a week or so, unless somebody else tells me otherwise. And Yvonne knows that I talk to dead people. Angels talk to me. God talks to me. I'm not a psychic. Don't start calling me, asking me to get in touch with your great-grandma. I can put you in touch with somebody who do that. That's not me. But 2 days ago, I woke up, and there was a little girl standing next to my bed, and nobody could see but me. And she said, hello. I said, hi, how are you? She said, hello, Rhonda. I know Rhonda. That's Yvonne's granddaughter. And she said, yeah, that's me. She said, we got some things to talk about. Let's go. And I went to my computer in my pajamas, and I started writing, and I spent the entire day having conversations with Rhonda. She left the earthly plane 10 years ago. But she is still very much alive and very much, she's got a powerful personality, I'll put it like that. And there were times she would do things or make a motion, and I mentioned to Yvonne, she said, yep, that's Rhonda. So I did something that Rhonda's mother has been hoping somebody else would do. And I've written a book 2 days. Because when you're inspired, nothing can slow you down. Now I did have a few hours yesterday. I wasn't able to hear Rhonda. And I knew the book wasn't finished, but I wasn't sure what I needed to add to it. And so I also knew that my father was in surgery. So as soon as he was finished with the surgery, and I didn't know what time the surgery was or what time he finished, but I just got his messaging. As soon as he finished with the surgery and was going toward the recovery room, Rhonda shows back up in my spiritual world. And she says, Dad's going to be okay, so now let's get back to business.
She's a force.
She is a force. Like her dad.
But
she learned well.
She did. She learned very well. And getting back to trusting the process, it's not just in my putting your book out there. It's doing what Mary is suggesting, is trusting your own instincts, trusting your gut, trusting the voices in your head. You cannot force the written word. You can't. Because if you do, then you get frustrated and then you want to give up. You just have to let it come naturally, and you have to understand that it will happen. When we were at the event last Saturday, we talked to 3 women. One of them has signed on. She's still in the learning process, even though I sent the requirements of what I needed. Bless her, She's still in the learning process. The other two I've not heard from yet. However, before the show went live, a young man contacted me. He had seen our videos on YouTube and the fact that God drives this train and God is in charge of everything in my life and Mary's life. And he wanted to know if I would take him on as a spiritual inspirational author. I said yes. Write your book and send it to me. And again, we don't charge. I don't charge to edit, format, cover, graphics, promos, marketing. What else do I do?
Marketing.
All the time. I sent Mary the graphics that I did not use, plus what I did use for her children's books. She's using them every day in the stuff that she's putting out there. We are pushing every book that we can out there so that folks have a variety to choose from for the holiday season. I am all about books. I am all about children reading and enjoying books. Adults too. I like my Kindle, but I sure do like holding that book in my hand. There's something
special.
Yes, it's
about that.
there's an intimacy with you and the characters to be able to turn that page. Yeah, you can flip it with your Kindle, but it's not the same thing because I do both, and I much rather hold the book. It's much more fun. The YouTube channel is under Yvonne Mason and Midnight Publishing. If you've not subscribed, please do and share it. Every day there's something new going up. If it's a live that I do in the morning, and I try to do a live every day. If it's this podcast, which goes out on iTunes, Amazon Music, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Mixcloud, I think. There's 6 different online stations that this podcast goes on. Of course, it goes up on Spotify itself. And this is how the authors get out there, because none of us can afford an agent. They are not cheap. They run in the thousands of dollars. And there's no guarantee that when you pay that agent that they're going to find you a publisher. There's no guarantee.
And there are so many predators
Yes.
out there with those agents. In fact, I remember Curtis asking, well, why don't you become an agent? He thinks they can do anything that needs to be done. But the thing is, a reputable agent will charge you to read your manuscript. So somebody says, I'm an agent, send me your book and $500,
Run.
The legitimate agents don't charge you until you get a deal. So if you get a deal with one of the big houses, let's just say they say, okay, we're going to give you $10,000 advance. Right off the bat, your agent's going to take 15 to 20% of that.
Yep, just like an attorney.
Then you get your little bit of what's left over. And of course, you've got to pay taxes and whatnot on it. And then you have to work your fingers to the bone to make sure you sell $10,000 worth of books.
In a year.
If you don't, several things can happen. You could be relegated to the back shelf, and the publisher says, okay, well, we're not going to print any more books until these sell out. And they may or may not probably won't help promote you, like Yvonne does. The other thing that can happen is they demand their money back. So when you get a contract, if you go with someone other than Midnight Publishing, which doesn't use contracts, Um, you would
you would
need
need
to
to
read it
read it
very,
very,
very
very
carefully.
carefully.
Have an
Have an
attorney go
attorney go
over the
over the
fine
fine
print,
print,
the
the
wherefores
wherefores
and
and
whereas
whereas
and
and
therefore and
therefore
blah,
and
blah,
blah, blah,
blah.
blah.
Don't
Don't
sign
sign
anything.
anything.
Don't
Don't
take
take
any
any
money
money
until
until
you
you
know
know
what you're
what you're
doing.
doing.
The
The
beauty of
beauty of
working with
working with
Vaughn
Vaughn
and
and
Midnight
Midnight
Publishing
Publishing
is
is
it's
it's
like
like
being
being
published
published
only a
only a
thousand
thousand
times
times
better.
better.
You're
You're
not
not
doing
doing
all the
all the
hard
hard
work.
work.
And
And
folks,
folks,
trust
trust
me,
me.
I've
I've
before I
before I
joined
joined
forces with
forces with
Vaughn,
Vaughn,
I had
I had
self-published
self-published
5
5
books.
books.
3 of
3
them
of
I
them I
did the
did the
really
really
hard way,
hard way,
where
where
you
you
get
get
what
boxes and boxes.
You have to
You
get
have
the
to get the
discount
discount
by
by
ordering
ordering
X
X
number
number
of
of
books
books
so that you
so
can
that you can
afford to
afford to
sell them
sell them
and people
and
can
people
afford
can
to buy
afford to
them.
buy them.
Then I
Then
got
I got
smart
smart
and
and
I
I
said,
said,
let
let
me
me
buy
buy
Amazon.
Amazon.
So I
I
got
got
2
2
books on
books on the
Amazon.
Amazon.
And
And
it
it
took
took
me
me
forever.
forever.
And
And
Yvonne
Yvonne
Turner's
Turner's
right
right
around,
around,
and
and
she's
she's
been
been
rocking like a
rocking like a
steamroller on
steamroller on
everything else
everything
I
else
do.
I do.
But she's
But
not
she's
just
not just
working with
working with
me.
me.
Y'all need
Y'all
to
need to
look at
look at midnight dash
midnight-publishing.org
publishing.org
and look
and
at
look at
all
all
this
this
woman has
woman has
done
done
for
for
other
other
authors.
authors.
I
I
know that
know that
Andrea
Andrea
is a
is a
very
very
prolific
prolific
writer.
writer.
Um,
Um,
Sherry
Sherry
Ann
Ann
has
has
not
not
been
been
writing so
writing so
many books,
many
but
books, but
she's been
she's
so
been so
busy
busy
promoting her
promoting her
cocoa
cocoa
book.
book.
She doesn't
She
have
doesn't have
time to
time
write
to
another
write another
book.
book.
Gwendolyn
Gwendolyn
has
has
come out
come
of the
out of the
woodwork and
woodwork
is
and is
just
just
reading
reading
like
like
a
a
banshee.
banshee.
Who
Who
else
else
is
is
your
your
prolific
prolific
writers?
writers?
Bonnie Clark, Errol's Journey is, this is her first novel. It's not her first book, and it's gone crazy.
It's
It's
flying
flying
off the
off the
Amazon
Amazon
shelves.
shelves.
The whole, and this morning, y'all saw where I put up the graphic that I did for, it's a 7-second promo from a graphic that I did on one of the graphic programs I use, and it was voted in the top 20% in a challenge I put it in, which is the second time that's happened to me in about 2 weeks.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Didn't Murder in
Murder in
the
the
Village?
Village?
No, that was for The Ferryman by Jason Wolfgang Gerhardt,
Okay.
Okay.
where
So both
So
of
both of
his
his
shorts
shorts
that you made.
yeah, the ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I am on this computer 16 hours a day. And yeah, I'm up and down and off and on, but overall time, it's 16 hours a day. And it's all for my authors. If I get a break, I work on my stuff. But my main focus is taking care of my authors. And speaking, let's circle back around to events and talk about, because Ellie Ryan asked me about books and resale and all of that, and Mary had asked me the same question. My mother owned a ceramic shop for many, many years, and she did everything from the ground up. In other words, she had the slip, she had the molds, she had the paint, she had the kilns, she had the glaze. And when we would go to events, her standard pricing was 3.5 times what it cost her to buy. In other words, if Mary buys an author copy and our author copies are sold at what it cost Amazon to print. So let's say I put one of Mary's books up for $12.99. The print charge that Amazon takes off the top of that is $4.20. because they're going to get their money. It costs them to print their business. So Mary gets the rest. So when she orders author copies, which
Minus taxes and shipping.
minus taxes and shipping. So when Mary orders an author copy of a book, let's say she says, I just need one, because you can buy from $1 to $9.99. So that book cost her $4.20 just for the book. Then you have to add in tax and shipping. So one book cost her about, let's just say for the sake of this discussion, $6. Well, in order for her to make her money back on that purchase, she has to upcharge that to basically $6 more to get her money back, plus make a little profit. So what I did is I sent Mary the retail price of what I put up for Amazon to charge so that she would make a profit. I sent her those retail value dollars, and that's what she charges when she goes to an event. Now, people may say, well, they're going to say it's too much money. Those same people will go on Amazon and order stuff and not mind the cost. They have this mindset that when you go to an event, it's up for discussion. It's up for bartering. It's up for negotiations. No, it is not.
Because not only do I have the cost of the book, I have to pay for the rent of the space that I use. My time is worth something. And I also have to pay for gas to get from my home to where I'm going.
And any food or drink that you get, unless you bring your own. So, to all of the authors I have out there and all potential authors, anybody that is thinking about starting a business, understand this. You may have no large overhead because it's in your home, but you still have overhead. Your time is worth something. You put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into writing that story. Your gift, your craft is worth something. You make an effort to pay for a table to put your craft out there for other people to see. That is worth something.
If you don't value yourself, nobody else will.
Exactly. If you say, oh, just take it, don't worry. Oh, I'll give it to you for $3. You're already $1.20 in the hole. Plus shipping and handling, plus tax, plus gas, plus food, plus table. So this is what, and Mary, maybe I should do a standard and put it up on all of our pages for what people should do when they go to, or even when they sell a book individually and not even at an event.
That would be a good idea.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. James Patterson's not going to give his books away because his publishers won't let him. They're going to charge $20.99 for a book. You either take it or you leave it. I am not in this business to make money except off of my own books. You all keep every bit of your royalties. I don't give them to you every month because PayPal's going to take most of it. If I send you $1.29, they're going to keep it. So it builds up. And there will probably be some monies going out in the next couple of months because I'm seeing stuff roll in. And Amazon is always 2 months behind. And there's a reason for that. Because they have to wait in case somebody says, well, oh, I bought this book, I don't like it, I'm returning it. Or this is on Kindle, it's not what I wanted, I'm returning it. So they have to do debits and credits. And it takes 2 months for it to filter down. So when I get paid at the end of November, it will be for September. So we're always running a month to 2 months behind. That being said, Midnight Publishing is not in this to make money off of any author. Midnight Publishing is in this because God said do it. And if I don't do what God says to do, then I get in trouble down the road.
Oh, yes.
Big time. But it is important that you all do not give your craft away. That is like taking your talent and burying it in the sand. Don't do it. You are worth your craft. You are worthy of your craft. You are enough, and I'm not going to say entitled because that word's been overused. But you deserve. You deserve recompense for what you've put out there. Never make excuses for, oh, well, I just gave it to her because I felt sorry for her. No, 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 no. No. If you want to do a bundle, like Mary's thinking about doing a bundle for the next event in December when we go to Melbourne, I think.
Yep.
She's going to do the 3 If I Could books in a bundle and put a ribbon around it. You can do that and still not go in the hole. So I will put up a suggested resale value based on the different charges that Amazon takes out when we put a book up for retail. If you want me to break it down for you personally, send me a message. I will do you just like I did Mary. I will send you what we charge off of Amazon for that book to be shipped to Susie Q down the street. What else we got?
Well, when you do an author event, people get something they can't get from Amazon. And that's personal interaction with the author. They get the author's signature. And I like to personalize it. I've seen some authors just sign your name. I always put the date because years down the line, people back and go, oh yeah, I remember this interaction. I always put their name, and I always put something personal. Whether it's about the book or about the person. And then I go one step further. I have a logo that's made from my initials. And I had that made into I think it's called a die for an embosser. I'm sure you've seen these little things where you can squeeze a thing and it says from the library of Yvonne Mason. Well, mine doesn't say from the library of Mary Lovett. It just has my initial, my logo. And these people can touch it, feel the raised part of that. And it's just something special that I decided I want to do different at events. And from what I could tell, the people when they got their hands on it, they really enjoyed it. They like that special touch.
And also, I've noticed a trend in the indie author world, and while I don't personally agree with it because I feel like that it takes away from the purpose of the reason that author is there, is they are now bringing stuff to sell in lieu of selling their books. And I'm talking about stuff that really has no meaning. I know Mary will take some of her paintings that go with the book she wrote, like some of her angel paintings. They go with my angel book.
Mm-hmm.
But folks are now, okay, well, I'll take this little jar of candy, and if my books don't sell, I'll sell this jar of candy. please don't do that. If you're going to take candy, give it away. And the reason for that is you're not there to sell somebody else's product. You are there to sell yourself and the product that you have spent hours and days and tears and sleepless nights because the voices won't shut up, whether it's art, whether it's books. This is something that you have done. If you want to take bookmarks like Mary does that has her information on it, that's perfect because it goes in the book. Give out a business card. Give out bookmarks. Anything that refers back to you that won't sit on a shelf somewhere and people forget that they met you at this event. And, oh, Mary Brotherton, if I could be a mermaid. I didn't get it then. I didn't have it. Let me go get it on Amazon. And if I find out she's at another event, I'll take it and ask her if she minds signing it, even though I didn't.
I've had that happen.
And we do. But when I did Murder in the Village, I had people coming up to me in the banquet hall in the night I was running an event saying, please sign my book, please sign my book. I'm trying to run an event and signing books. But that's okay. We do that. But please don't sell products that have absolutely nothing to do with why you are there. I noticed that at the event we just came from. It blows my mind. Why are you taking up table space to do that? Not you, but other folks.
If I have a big space, I will take these little babies with me. And I will put them on the table for interest, but also I will sell them.
But it relates to your angel
relates to my books. And I have some small ones. And if they buy all of my angel books, which includes Faith and Folly, I will give them small ones. I bought them on clearance. I marked them up to the regular retail price. It's okay with me if I sell them or if I don't sell them. But I also entertain the idea of running out and buying a bunch of cute little stuffed toys or whatever to go with my children's books. But I don't make enough on the children's books to just give away the stuffed animal.
There you go. So again, you can go on to Vistaprint, Shutterfly, or do like Mary. Mary had, was it stock paper you had or wallpaper or something where you made those cute little scrapbook paper. She used scrapbook paper and made these cute little bookmarks with a little tassel on it, and on the back is her information. You've got
basically a practical business card.
There you go.
Because I thought about making new business cards, and then all of a sudden it was like ding, 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 ding. I've got all this scrapbook paper that I is pretty. I just cut it apart and hold it, made the tassels, and
there you go.
Put a sticker on the back.
And also, you got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you get to the point that you want to go to these events, one of two things happen. A, they supply you with a table, and usually it's anywhere between 4 to 6 feet. And that's not a big space when you have books. Or you have to carry a table, which is a fold-up table, 4 to 6 feet, depending on the venue and how much space they give you. You have to be selective of what you put on that table. Number one, you will overload a prospective buyer's psychic and visual if it's filled with other stuff rather than books. Because you got
for the books.
So you got stuff over here and it's not about the books. You got stuff over here and it's about the books. And they're doing this. You want them to focus on the product that you have written.
And
I
I
will
will
say
say this.
this.
Go ahead.
Words to the
To the
wiser than me. You
You
don't need to take all 500 copies of your book when you go to a place. And if you order 10 copies, take 10. Don't expect to sell all 10. I actually scaled it way down this last time. I took no more than 5 copies of any of my books. And my bigger book, I think, Steve finally took me up.
And the thing is, if you take 10 books, only put 1 or 2 out. And that's a psychological thing with the buyer. Because if a buyer comes up to your table and they see only 1 or 2 books and they want that book, you don't even have to tell them you have more books. If they want that book, they say, well, I'll be back later, and say, okay, thank you. In their mind, they're wondering if that book's going to be there when they come back. So 9 times out of 10, they will turn around and come and get that book, or they will go ahead and purchase that book because psychologically, that book's not going to be there. Exactly. So you don't put all 10 out. You put 2 out at the most. And yes, it's a psychological selling point, but it works. Why do you think when stores put product out, they don't put every bit of that particular product out that they're selling? They keep some in back stock. And there's a reason. They want you to buy the product. They don't want you to say, oh, I'll come back tomorrow and it'll be here. Because in your mind you're thinking, maybe it won't. These are just little tips that I've learned in my 74 years of 60 some odd years of being in the business and marketing. It's the little subtle things that you learn. And at that event, there were people asking for a business card from Midnight Publishing, which I didn't have yet. So they were writing down phone numbers and email addresses and Facebook addresses. So I have to get business cards from Midnight Publishing before the next event. Because people
Which will be December 13th.
Exactly. In Melbourne. At a horse something.
At Equestrian Rescue, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, that place. Somewhere in Melbourne. I am not. It's a horse farm. Horses I love, so I'll be happy there. You may miss me because I may be going playing with the horses. So let's talk about the holiday season and what you get for children who have everything. I mean, we're talking electronic devices, we're talking computers, we're talking iPads, we're talking phone. Babies as little as 4 and 5 years old know how to work a smartphone. Working better than I can some days. Get them a book. Surprise them with a book and let them go, what is that? Oh, what is that? Oh, read to me. Because books are forever. I remember when my children were small, I raised my children on the Dr. Seuss books. And when the little one came along, we named her Samantha, and her favorite book was Sam I Am. And we still call her Sam I Am, Green Eggs and Ham, because she loved that book. Children remember what they're read to. Not only do they remember what they're read to, but they emulate it. And especially in children's books that have a life lesson without in your face. We can talk about anti-bullying all day long. We can teach our kids not to be bullies. We can teach our kids who are bullied how to handle it. But it never resonates until If I Could Be a Giant is read to them. Tell them about that book, Mary.
Well, If I Could Be a Giant is the third in my If I Could series. I started with mermaids, which are mythological creatures, and it has a lot of those in there. Then I started to insects and birds and small animals for children to imagine if I could do this and that and the other. Everyone comes back to grounding in today. If I could be this, I'd do so much more. But then I miss out on something else. But if I could be a giant, when I first started, I thought how I felt when I was a child. Oh, I was bigger than my brother. I would be the one getting all the goodies. I wouldn't have to share. That was my thinking. If I could be a giant, nobody could tell me where to go to sleep, how to walk, where to look, whatever. So I filled this book with the idea of if I could be a giant, I would be stronger than I am today. But I also thought in terms of, if I was big, I might break my head. Or if I was too big, I might break the bed. And what kid doesn't want to be bigger than their parents? So they can make the rules instead of being told what to do. And Yvonne's created all these amazing images that are just absolutely fun. But when she sent it back to me, she realized you wrote a book about anti-bullying. I did. So we started reading the book together, and I realized, yeah, that's why children want to be giants, so they can stand up to the people that are abusing them. And so that's how we're marketing this. It's an anti-bullying book that never uses the word bully. Because sometimes we don't think in terms of, he was bullying me. Or she was telling me what to do when she wasn't supposed to. And that reminds me of Too Many Rules. That was another book that has a hidden message. I talk about how many rules, and every time a child turns around, mom and dad and says, don't, no, you can't, stop, whatever. And it can be confusing for children. Why can't I touch the stove? You do it. My father used to tell me, don't do as I do as I say. And I always thought he was a hypocrite. I didn't know the word for hypocrite, but I thought it was just weird. He had this double standard. But I realized now he was talking about things like smoking cigarettes. No, he was an smoke like a chimney. He didn't want his children to smoke. So he would say things like, don't as I do as I say. And we use this book to introduce the dangers of strangers. Because parents will tell you, don't take candy from strangers, don't get in a car with somebody you don't know. Just because he has a puppy doesn't mean you should go with him. Well, why not? It's a puppy. It's candy. It's my favorite. I like this pretty red car. I just want to go ride. Well, there are reasons behind it, and that's what we explore in Too Many Rules. And that was written because a young mother asked me to. She said she didn't like the other books that were out there. She wanted something different. And between my words and Yvonne's images, it is definitely different.
And it's powerful.
I covered that one. Too many rules. This little kid standing up there. And Yvonne made a 7-second video short of him holding the sign up like this.
Like he's protesting.
Look at that. In a world where children go missing daily, too many rules teaches a child read out backwards. How to understand why the rules are there. Why there are rules. You know, it's the front of the cover and the back of the cover bring you into the story. And we have to trust the process. We have to trust that Yvonne knows what she's doing when she creates these images for us. Or when she tells us, I need you to send it to me in a Word document. Don't put it in the body of an email. And I know that she sent the requirements out to someone this past week. I don't think she wanted to read the requirements because she's not following them. And I do know that there are a lot of people who don't even own computers because these little things, cell phones, they are computers. And I'm always blown away when they say, well, I just wrote the story in an email, wrote the story on a document in my phone. They don't even own Word. They don't own a computer. So we're working with those people trying to get them on board to it in a way that works for Yvonne. Because if she has to go back and change what we send her, she can't go forward. I mean, folks, look at this. This is how many books she did for me in a month. If she had to reformat everything I sent her for each of these books, she'd still be working on the first one. It still boggles my mind that she can work as fast as she does.
And I want to go back to the graphics for a minute. I got an email last night from another children's author, and I sent her the completed manuscript, and she said, oh, I don't understand. I did the graphics and I 1x1 square. I said, yes, you did. I said, but you have to understand that I have to go by Amazon's requirements or the book doesn't go up. I said, I have to go in and change every one of your graphics to an 8.5 by 8.5, drop them in the manuscript, and then I have to adjust them when I put the verbiage underneath. It's not always going to be a perfect square. It ain't going to happen.
Plus, you've got to make sure you have a minimum of 300 PPI.
Yeah.
And if they excuse me, if the writers send their own images, they've got to be big and sharp enough that they can be reproduced.
Yeah, because if they don't pixelate well, when I blow them up to an 8.5 by 8.5, and I put them on that and I try to put them up on the Amazon's going to come back and say, have you lost your mind?
Well, remember the very first book that I asked you to do for me?
Yep.
Wasn't even for me. It was for Linda Humphrey. Cornfield Fires is East Tennessee. I had tried to put it on Amazon. I got the, no, I didn't. I never got her book up. I was thinking I got the paperback, but I couldn't. I worked on that book off and on for a year. And I could never untangle Amazon's unique way of saying what I did wrong. They told me, they keep telling me, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I thought I was fixing it. But then I just couldn't get it right. So I asked, that was kind of like my test for Yvonne. If she could get Cornfield Fires up, she could do just about anything. And it's not standard size.
No.
See, these books, they're square, 8.5 by 8.5, which is in the standard for children's books. Hers is 8.5 by 11. It's a different kind of story, different kind of book. It worked. But Yvonne just deconstructed the book and fixed it the way it needed to be fixed. And I think it was 24 to 48 hours later. She sent me the link to it on Amazon. I was blown away. So she knows what she's doing. You have to trust the process. Sherry Ann Richardson's book. It's another unusual size. It's a coffee table book. It's made for adults, basically, but children can enjoy it. Full color. So it's not a cheap book, but it's phenomenally beautiful.
And the
Chocolate Lover's Garden.
Okay, while we're talking about that, when I put these books of Mary's together, the new ones, not the 3 she sent me first, because the graphics were already done, the decision was made that we were not going to cover the entire page with graphics. It's too distracting. You don't need a background with all this other stuff on it. The object is for the child to see the graphic and associate it with the words. So yeah, there is white around the graphic, and there's a reason for that. Number one, it's a bang-up job to get up on Amazon. It's very simplistic, and the child is totally focused on the graphic and the words. Saturday, backstory, this author came to me and wanted to know about Midnight Publishing and yada, yada, yada. I told her the whole thing. She sends me an email back and says, well, I have to clear with my husband and my friends and my family. Why? And then she comes back and says, well, after talking to them, I've decided I'm going into a different direction. Okay, no worries. Have fun. Let me know how well it works out for you. We're at this event on Saturday, and this same author texts Mary and says, I'm having an issue. I'm trying to put my book up on Amazon, and it tells me that it's formatted wrong.
Something about the margins.
Yeah, how do I fix the margins to format it right? Margins, formatting, 2 different animals. Margins is how far you indent and make the paragraph pretty. Formatting is the size of the book that you're trying to put up versus the size of the paper that you're putting it on. And if you don't know how to change it to a different size, it's not going to go up. Because Amazon is saying, okay, you're telling me you're putting up a 6x9 book, but you're sending me an 8.5x11 manuscript. Not happening.
Also, when you're looking at a book, especially a larger book, like, oh, like my step. You've got some thickness here to deal with. And then you look at a page, like this, it's all writing, but there's this issue here where you're gluing. The left-hand page and the right-hand page have to be formatted differently. Because if they're not, you're going to end up with opening the book and finding, instead of seeing this white space here, you're going to have the words handing into each other. And nobody wants to read it. We have to stretch over to read.
Be a hot mess.
So,
an absolute hot mess.
I laughed when I got that text. And I mean, a year ago, I was doing what Yvonne is doing for myself. And I was charging people to do it for them. It took me forever. I didn't have the knowledge or the tools that Yvonne has. So I was struggling just like this other author. So I told Yvonne, I can't even respond to her right now. I'm in the middle of selling books. So I got through the event. And when I got her message, I looked at it and I said, you need to reach out to Yvonne. That's exactly what you know how to do. And that is why I'm working with Yvonne. You know the old expression, work smarter, not harder. For me, working smarter means working with Yvonne. Can I do what she does? Yeah. Do I want to? No.
Also, what people don't understand, when I put a book up, whether it's a children's books, whether it's a coffee table book, whether it's a regular novel, when I put that book up, I go in and I preview it from cover to cover. The cover's thrown up there first. If I don't like the cover, they're going to kick this back. I go in, and if there are lines that I have to stay within, yeah, in this case I have to color inside the lines or your book doesn't get up. And if any of the print is outside of those lines, I have to pull it all back down. If the back cover, if the wording, if there's too many words in the synopsis and it goes down into the barcode area, Amazon comes back and says, hey, dumbass, we can't put the barcode up till you fix this. If the title and the author's name is outside of the lines, I have to go back and fix it. I have to deconstruct it and start all over. If the inside, if for some reason I have a brain cramp and I try to put up, like the other day, I tried to put up an 8.5 by 11 children's book for an 8.5 by 8.5 book, and Amazon said, have you lost your mind? Because I did not go back and fix the size of the manuscript. And it's the devil is always in the details. And if you don't follow a structured formatting setup, then you have to go back and figure out where you screwed up. Because they're not going to let you put out garbage. They're not going to do it. They're going to make you either fix it or find somebody that can. And believe me, I've put up enough books that even I start looking for stuff and I no, this got to go bye-bye. I got to go back and fix it because they're going to kick it back. And they do. And sometimes if I miss it, I get a little email that says, hey, dummy, guess what you didn't do? So I go back and I have to fix it. And it's no big deal. And this is why the decision was made to do the children's books the way that I do them. Number one, I don't have to put it up in a PDF file. because if you have the complete 8.5 page covered in graphics, you have to change the manuscript to a PDF file, load the PDF file so that their computer can see that entire page, because there's a bleed section. And people go, what? What is bleed? It means that the graphics bleed over to the entire page. And if you don't put it up as a PDF file, if the entire page is in graphics, then they kick it back. There's no reason for the entire page to have a background of stuff and then the graphic and then the words. Too much information, especially with a child that has a sensory issue. And you have to think, we're marketing to an entire population of children. So if you've got a child who gets overloaded with sensory stuff like visuals, and you give them a book that has all this colorful background and then has a graphic that's colorful and then has these words, too much. Way too much. Better to give them less, which is more. Right, Mary?
Right. Absolutely.
So, that being said, I'm going to go bowling and see how bad I can bowl today. I'd rather be home working, but I made a commitment, and I keep my commitments. So, have you got the information for the next event?
I'm getting ready to start putting up posts about that.
Okay, because I want to put it up on the website, and I want to do a short on YouTube too. And then put the short up on the website, and then put it up all over social media. This is how we roll.
I have a long list of things that I need done today.
And Elsa Ward, she has pulled her books from the Vanity Press that she had it at, and she is coming on board. She's the other one that we met.
Yeah, we met two at that time.
Well, she got her books pulled, and she is reworking them, and I asked her the same question I ask you. Do you want to stand out, or do you want to blend in? And I ask this to all of our authors. So when I send you something, you say, well, that wasn't my vision. This is my question. Do you want to stand out, or do you want to blend in? Do you want to be like everybody else out there? Or do you want to make a statement, an in-your-face statement when I'm doing the graphics? It's up to you. If you want to blend in, fine, I'll print it. I won't be happy about it, but I'll publish it. You won't be happy about it. I guarantee it.
Do you want to blend in, or do you want to stand out?
Exactly. Mary will tell you that my graphics for her books make her heart go into palpitations. That's what we want.
She started preparing me. She sent me something. She said, "Now hold your heart still." because I think was it I don't know if it was something you learned or it was grandfather.
It was the grandfather book that you were almost in tears over.
In tears of joy. And I just my heart is racing, going bonkers.
All we ask is you keep an open mind. Just keep an open mind. I am not like any other publisher that you would ever have, because I'm going to tell you what. You send your book to another publisher, they're going to do the graphics, and they're going to tell you tough. Get over it. Because you relinquish everything except your royalties to that publisher. You keep the rights to the book, but they do the cover, they do the graphic, they do whatever. They can even rewrite the book if they want to.
And sometimes they do.
Most times they do.
How many times have you heard people say, well, I was going to call my book Steps, but the publisher renamed it Another Woman.
There you go.
Or something like that. And half the time, for me at least, the title comes before the book does. Now, I will tell you the book that I wrote about Ramonda and her father and her family. It was. I thought it was going to go in one direction, And
And
it's
it's
not,
not.
because
Because
as
as
I
I
wrote
wrote
the
the
story
story
with
with
this
this
inspiration,
inspiration,
I had
I
to
had to
call it
call
my
it my
mama's
mama's
extended
extended
warranty.
warranty.
There you go.
And you're
And you're
gonna
gonna
have to
have to
read the
read the
book to
book to
find
find
out. And
out.
it's
And it's
my
my
plan and
plan and
Ramonda's
Ramonda's
plan is
plan
for
is
it to
for it
be
to
a
be a
graphic
graphic
novel,
novel.
the
The
first for
first for
Midnight
Midnight
Publisher.
Publisher.
But it won't be the standard graphic novel, which is more like a comic book. It there's a vision there.
There's
There's
a
a
vision. I
vision.
know
I
it's
know
gonna
it's gonna
come,
come,
and
and
it's gonna
it's
be
gonna be
amazing.
amazing.
So with that being said, and this is something that my daughter doesn't even know yet. She is just gonna flip out. What I'm gonna do is
She wasn't watching.
she's probably working on Christmas trees. She's putting up 20 Christmas trees in her house.
Oh
Oh
my.
my.
Oh yeah. The cover is gelling, so I'll do a mock up and I will surprise her with it. Probably cause her to have a mini heart attack, but she'll get over it. She's tough. But ladies and gentlemen, the whole purpose of what we do here is to educate, to make dreams come true. We make magic to give God the glory because God is the one that has given us this gift and this
Amen.
ability to watch and participate and be part of each other's success. And
And
understand
I
that
just love how the
How
other
the other
writers
writers
share each other's work.
work.
We'll see a
See a
post and we'll
post and we'll
share it,
share it.
and
And
they do the same for me, and
and
it's
it's
just
just
amazing.
amazing.
that's how it works. This is how I
I don't
started.
know
I
what
don't
I
know
done
what
with the
wall.
wall.
she loves you. This woman, we've created a monster. This woman's on fire,
I
I
love
love it.
and it's wonderful. I knew when this thing started taking off that things would happen. She sending me two new authors. I don't work a day in my life. When I'm working at this computer for 16 hours a day, I'm not working. It's a passion. It's a love and joy to be able to have Mary call me up and say, "What are you doing? You're killing me." Not because she doesn't like it, but because it was better than what she expected.
it. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And to me, that's humbling. Because
And
I love
that I
that
can
I
pick
can
up
pick
the
up the
phone
phone
and
and
call
call
you,
you.
and
And
9.5
chances
chances
out
out
of
of 10
10
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
answer.
answer.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, you might
go to
go to
voicemail
voicemail
occasionally,
occasionally,
but
but
that's
that's
rare.
rare.
Because
Because
sometimes
sometimes
email
email
and
and
text
text
just
just
can't
can't
convey
convey
what
what
I
I
need you
need
to
you
hear.
to hear.
And when we have people at events who talk about this cover, and they're afraid to pick up the book. Why, I don't know,
Yeah.
but they are, and here, open it.
Because when you have a book like this, she looks fragile, she looks delicate, and then the other one that really got them was this one. You know, they're like, oh, wow, writer's right. Look at those two boys. I think this was one of the ones that had the boy. Yeah. That kid there
Yep.
looked like somebody's child that they knew. But the grandfather's book is one of the bigger books. You see, most of my books are small. The grandfather's book is got a lot more material in it because we went around the world. And here's a grandfather from Madagascar. And here's a cutie with the spider.
Yep.
But we talk about the different countries. I love this guy. The Aborigine.
He's so handsome.
Then we have somebody from Mexico. And we talk about Spain and different other countries. But the people who saw this book were just in awe of it.
Let me ask you this. Would that book have had the same effect if it had had traditional illustrations in it?
No,
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 no.
because
I
I
tried
tried
to
to
do
do that.
them.
Like
Children's illustrated books.
Real
Real
quick,
quick,
let me
let me
show
show
you this.
this.
These were
These were
my
my
first
first
two.
two.
Now
Now
this one
this one also
also
used
used AI.
AI.
And the
And the
images
images
are
are
okay,
okay,
they're
they're
cute.
cute.
They're
They're
kind of
kind of
fun,
fun,
but it's
but it's
not the
not the
same
same
thing.
thing.
And
And
this
this
one
one
was
was
illustrated
illustrated
by
by
an
an
artist
artist
who
who
wants to
wants to
overcharge
overcharge
people.
people.
But
But
and they're
and they're
cute
cute
illustrations.
illustrations.
They're
They're
very
very
simple,
simple,
very
very
um,
um,
simple.
simple.
I
I
guess is
guess
the
is the
right
right
word.
word.
I
I
don't know
don't know
what
what
I'm
I'm
thinking
thinking of.
of. Innocent.
Innocent.
They're
They're
very
very
innocent
innocent
little illustrations.
illustrations.
But
But
you
you
cannot
cannot
compare
compare
them
them
to
to
these
these
things.
things.
You just
You just
can't.
can't.
Look at
Look at
this.
this.
I
I get
get excited.
excited. I know I
She
do.
does. And I think she was rather hesitant in the beginning because she had maybe a different vision until I sent her the manuscript with the graphics. And I get the call. And I'm going, oh crap, we got to start over.
This one.
That
That
was
was
the
the
first
first
one.
one.
And
And
it
it
was
was
magical.
magical.
And
And
this was
this was
kind
kind
of
of
like
like
my
my
idea
idea
because
because
of
of
its
its
mythological.
mythological.
But
But
some
some
of
of
these
these
images
images
that
that
she
she
got,
got,
this
this
little
little
hobbit,
hobbit,
I
I
never would
never
have
would have
thought of
thought of
that.
that.
And
And
so,
so,
it's
it's
just
just
amazing
amazing
to
to
watch
watch
how
how
this
this
comes
comes
into
into
play.
play.
Look
Look
at
at
the
the
unicorn.
unicorn.
But
But
the
the
more
more
I
I
get
get
away
away
from the
from the
mythological,
mythological,
cartoonish
cartoonish
stories,
stories, I mean,
too
too many
rules,
rules,
and
and
my
my
grandfathers,
grandfathers,
and
and
sharks
sharks
bite.
bite.
Those
Those
are
are
real
real
books
books
about
about
real
real
children.
children.
And,
And,
the
the
giant.
giant.
What I did, Mary, is I put myself or tried to put myself in the younger me who would have loved a book like that in first grade.
Look at
Look at
this.
this.
Isn't that beautiful?
I could be a giant.
No
No
one
one
could
could
make
make
me
me
cry.
cry.
But
But
then
then
we
we
talk
talk
about
about
if
if I was a giant,
would
would
my
my
friends
friends
come
come
out
out
and
and
play,
play,
or would
or
they
would they
run
run
away?
away?
And
And
Yvonne
Yvonne
just
just
took
took
my words
and
made
made
them
them
into
into
magic.
magic.
Now
Look at this kid
just
just
running and
being
being
a
a child.
child.
Dirty shirt and all.
Yes.
He looks like the Robinson kids. And when I know I understand those of you who do children's books, you have a vision. I understand that. All I'm asking is that you open up your heart and your mind to a greater vision. You're not writing for, you're writing because it's what you do. You are trying to reach an audience. And in order to reach that audience as an independent writer, you have to be willing to take that leap of faith. You have to be willing to not go the norm. You know, everybody else is doing yada, 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 yada. We're not everybody else here. We won't
how-
how. Go ahead.
How
How
most people
crack
the
the
book.
book.
They
They
see
see
other books by this author.
author.
They have a
Have a
list.
list.
Not at midnight publishing. I mean, you have the list. But then we have full-size pages of the other books that I've written. So that will entice the child to ask mom for another book by the same author.
Wait, there's an old ad phrase out there that has stuck in my head forever. and it goes, we are a cut above. We are not only a cut above, we are an entirely new piece of cloth. If you want the same tired illustrations, if you want to be like everybody else, if you want to keep a closed mind, if you're not willing to open up and experiment, there's two things happening. You're wasting your time with us, and we're wasting our time with you. There's too many authors that are willing to let that vision grow and morph into something even more exciting.
And I have too many books to finish.
And Mary was a test case, because I've known Mary for many, many years, and Mary had one vision. And I'm going, you want to stand out or you want to blend in? I mean, if you don't blend in, fine, we'll blend in, but it ain't going to happen with sales. It's not going to happen. I know the market. I know how children think. They're smart. And they're not going to read the Dick and Jane books anymore. They're not going to read the Little Golden books anymore. If you want a child to read a book, you got to make them want to open that book. And you got to make them want to open that book from the front of the cover, the back of the cover. And once they open that book, you got to keep their interest. They're not going to be happy with the same little stick figures, with the same little drawings, with the same little bitty kitty graphics, because 2-year-olds are a lot smarter than you give them credit for. Just saying. That's my sermon for the day, so we will close because I'm going to go bowling. And I love you, my friend.
I love you.
Thank you.
I love working with you. I love working with these other authors.
Thank you for your faith. Thank you for your cheering on, your support. Thank you for believing that we all are enough, because we are.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
folks,
trust me. If
You got a book inside, or you think you got a book inside, reach out to Midnight Publishing.
We can
We
help
can help you
to an
to an
extent.
extent.
But you got to be willing to drop that box at the front door. That box has no room in our business. We don't have a box. We might have a box to carry stuff in, but that's it.
And half the time we use baskets.
And with that, we're going to say, see you next Wednesday. I will do a live in the morning. I love you, my dear. Get that
I love
information
you.
so that we
We'll talk
can,
soon.
we will, so that we can get,
Bye-bye.
bye.